Alright, gang, welcome back to our survival challenge here on New Frontier. It is September day 2. You guys thought I forgot about doing the rolling, didn't you? I did not. We are going to do the rolling in this episode. We're going to mow the grass in this episode, and there is actually a harvest that we have to do down there as well in this episode. So, we're going to get all of that taken care of today. Well, this roller is massive. I don't even know how I'm going to... This is going to be done in a few seconds. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. We have hail in the forecast today, so we need to get that other field harvested pretty quickly here, but I was going to get the rolling done first and foremost since we're over here in this region. Now, at the end of the last episode, if you happen to watch the whole thing there, you got to see the issues that I sometimes deal with in this game with the winch and how it crashes the game all the way back out to the dashboard. And I think a couple of you said that, you know, you're on a console as well, but you haven't experienced that, so... I guess it's just me, but it is a big issue that I deal with, and it's on every series. It's not like it's just one specific series or one map. It's every map and every series, so it sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, I've got a way around it. I just have to make sure I'm not looking at the winch when I pull out the winch and try to attach it to a tree. As long as I do that, then it won't crash from what my experience is, at least. So, we're going to roll this field. The field over there, I think it's sorghum, has to be harvested. We'll re-drill that field. We'll start working on the grass today as well, as I mentioned. And I did do a little bit of work between the last episode and now, I should say, in the sawmill that we put down in the last episode. And... put some gravel around the outside edge to make it look a little bit neater. It may modify or change slightly as we carry on, but I think for the most part, that's how it's going to look. And then I think we have a couple of prefab walls that have spawned, so we can take those up to the log cabin. We also have a couple of pallets of furniture. That's what we need right now is furniture and the prefab walls. So we're getting closer there. We're getting closer, but we don't have enough to complete the next stage of the log cabin, but we are going to be pretty close. I think we're going to probably miss the prefab walls by 2 and maybe the furniture by 1, something like that. So maybe in the next episode, if not the next episode, certainly the one after that, we will be able to go to the next stage of the log cabin. Now, this is episode 31. It's hard to believe we've done 31 episodes already on this series. It feels to me like we literally just started the series like a month ago, but we are 31 episodes in, gang, so this is... This is getting pretty long already. All right, we are pretty much done here. I'm going to come up here, turn around. There's a tiny little section there I think I missed, and we're going to hit that, and then we are done with this field, and we can jump into the harvester. Actually, I don't know for sure if I did miss that. I don't think there is anything there, but let's just roll over it just to be safe. Okay. I also took out some more trees over there by the newest sawmill we put down. Not a ton of them, but there are a decent amount that have been knocked down. I think I had about 40 or 50,000 liters of wood that I put in from September day 1 to now. So there's a decent amount in there. Should be enough, realistically, for all the prefab walls, I would think. But for whatever reason, if it's not... We'll put some more wood in, I'm sure. At some point, we're going to have a lot more wood in there. So we'll go ahead and put this away, and it's... Well, I guess it's more of like... it's not really more of a temporary holding area anymore because it's just such a large roller. There's really not any way to put this underneath any kind of cover, so it's just going to hang out right there. Let's get the camera zoomed in here a little bit more. Now, we are going to, like I said, take care of the harvest here in just a second. We are also going to be working on topping off all of the animals today. The grass is going to help us with that. There's only one prefab wall. I lied to you. I thought there was 2. I must have missed that. I apologize. We're going to leave this just hanging out right here for now. And let's get the harvester out. Now, somebody in the comments did correctly state about the cultivation and the slurry spreading it, and you are 100% correct with your statement. But in the previous iteration, FS22, you were able to do the slurry and the drilling in the same episode or the same month, and it would work. But it looks like they have modified that for FS25, and that no longer works. Now, it could be just that whatever I was utilizing was allowing me to do that. Well, I just screwed that up there, didn't I? Hold on. May just be that, you know, what I was utilizing in FS22 allowed me to do it. Maybe it didn't allow it, but I really only did slurry a handful of times, I think, in FS22 before we flipped here to FS25, so... Why is that way over here? I must have ran into it or something, and I don't remember that. That's all right. We'll get it out. No big deal. Let's just go ahead and put it over where it's supposed to be, because I had just dropped it there temporarily because we were busy in that area just to get it out of the way. But let's go ahead and put it back where it's supposed to be. And realistically, it should be on the other side of the roller here, but this is fine. It'll be fine for now. I can clean all this up later, like I mentioned. Alright, let's get started here, gang. This won't take long with the size of the harvester that we now have. This will be relatively quick. I'd like to start working on expanding this field out, but first of all, we need to get some more trees taken care of, right? A lot more trees need to come down. I will show you what I did over there. It's not really probably going to look like a whole lot has changed, if I'm honest with you, over there. But I promise you, I have. There have definitely been some trees that have been knocked down over there. So we're making progress, slowly but surely. Now, you might be asking, well, Z, you were talking about, you know, in the next episode, you probably just buy another piece of land or whatever, and we ended up deciding to do this instead. You're right. We are going to buy another piece of land in the next episode. We have enough to do, I think, today to have a secondary episode in September, which is the reason why we're doing it. We've got this field to harvest. We're going to put the slurry down on this field. Probably won't re-drill it. We're going to go with that approach of putting the slurry down and then waiting until the next episode and we can re-drill it. And it should have an application of fertilizer down already at that point for us. We've got to deal with mowing the grass over here, which admittedly there's not a ton of grass there, but there's still some grass nonetheless. Get all the silage and everything going. Make sure we top up all the animals' stuff. Make sure they're all in good shape. Probably have a bit of wool pallets that have spawned. We probably should take a look at that and maybe move some of those out of there. I don't necessarily know if I really like the sheep pen the more that we continue to utilize it. Reason being is mostly because, well, the pallets spawn inside the building, and as you saw, it's very difficult for me to get stuff in there. I had to buy a whole other forage wagon just to drop food in there for them because it is such a small window to get stuff in there. And by window, I mean doors. It's such a small door for us to be able to get things in there. Well, I'm going to have to do a headland pass here. But that's alright. I mean, it's fine. But maybe in the future, when we get to a point where we've got a lot more sheep in there, maybe we consider modifying it once more and switching it out for something else. I don't know yet. We'll think about it. Cruising along here nicely. Actually, I'm missing a little tiny bit here. I'm going to back up and hit this. A little bit of it that kind of is over the area that kind of went over at the area that was, you know, mostly straight all the way down. There's a tiny bit of a spillover, if you will. And I didn't have the harvester lined up perfectly there, so we'll just fix that up really quick here. We got another pass, maybe probably two passes, honestly, and we're going to be done with this field, so not too bad at all. There's a lot of trees that we have down way over there. They've been down for, I don't know, many episodes now, so they're going to be pretty dry. Easily start a fire of those. But we're not going to. We're just going to throw them into the sawmill, one of the sawmills. Also going to take a look at the other small sawmills to be specific and see how close they are to being done. I would suspect they have quite a ways to go. They are a lot slower than the other sawmills. And by the other sawmills, I meant the tiny one, the industrial ones, right? These, which we only have one now of, but nonetheless, these guys down here are a lot smaller, or a lot slower. Yeah, not even close. They're not even close to being done, which is fine. We did pump them with quite a lot of trees early on, because that's really the only sawmill we had access to that was, you know, actually going to be profitable for us, because the small one, it's pretty much pointless to even utilize any of the small things in this game. They just take way too long. We are waiting an eternity for our little tiny building down there, the carpentry building, to make furniture for us. We're probably going to have to upgrade that, but it has so much wood and stuff in it that there's really no reason for us to get rid of it until it's, you know, empty. And it's not going to be empty for like another year, in-game year, I don't think. It's crazy how much, how slow they are. It's almost not even worth doing. Now, besides this, this is the last main thing we have to do today. This obviously has a first application of fertilizer. It's not going to need the second one until the next month when it germinates. It has not germinated yet. We're going to mow this, and then we'll top off the animals, and we will see where we are as far as everything goes. We'll probably pull over that one prefab wall. Maybe we'll have two prefab walls by the end of the episode. Who knows? We'll probably pull those over and throw them into our log cabin production, or our log cabin construction production up there. We'll get whatever furniture we have, which I'm pretty positive it's 2 pallets right now, I think. Might even be 3, but either way, we're going to go ahead and throw that into the log cabin as well. That way they can get started on some of it. Not going to complete, but some of it. And we'll cultivate this field up, and that's it, gang. That's what we're going to be doing for today. That's our goals. That's our objectives. Should easily be able to finish this field off without having to unload this anywhere, so that's good. Got it done before the hail gets here. What time does the hail get in here, actually? 1500. Alright, we got plenty of time before the hail gets here. Plenty of time. And we're done. So I'm actually just going to take this directly out of the actual hopper of the harvester and drop it directly into our silo here. Now, we talked a long time ago about upgrading or moving the silo, and I still think we're going to do that eventually, but we don't really necessarily need to worry about it right now. Later on in the episode, when we start doing the silage and the grass, you know, if we want to sell some of it, we don't want to just literally put all of it into our animal pens, then yeah, we'll probably need to figure something out at that point. But for right now, and for putting in this kind of storage, right, the sorghum and that kind of things, they're not going to eat that, so it really doesn't harm us putting that in there. Now we have, let's see, how much do we have of each here? We've got 14,839 of barley, 12,209 of canola. Canola's getting close. November for canola. We're getting close there. We could sell that here very, very soon. Oat, quite a ways away. December and November and January are going to be quite busy months for us selling stuff. Sorghum, January. Plenty of straw in there still for the water buffalo. So again, we're in good shape here. We're in really good shape. I'm going to go take this back. I'll put this away. And we'll jump straight into cultivating up that field we just harvested. Alright, the field is all taken care of over there. Now, I had to go back and do a little touch-up, and the reason why I didn't touch it up immediately when I missed it is because I wanted to make sure we had enough slurry. As you saw, we literally almost ran out. So I didn't really want to waste it on that little area that had mostly been done except for a tiny little section. So I decided to just hold off until the end to make sure we had enough. Doing a little bit of a wash here to the mower. This front mower at least, we've had for a very, very long time. It is very dirty, obviously. So it could use a bit of a wash here. I'm just going to try to hit some of that back there as well. Looks much better. Much better. Okay. We're going to go straight into mowing here, gang. We're utilizing the case pretty much the entire day today. We are going to utilize the Vulture for moving some pallets around because we do not have this fitted for a front loader. Don't really need it. We could one tractor's really right now, at least for the series size right now, is plenty. Oh, on the way here, there's a prefab wall that spawned. It's only one. We're not going to probably get another one in this episode, unfortunately. I did take a look at it. But you can see here how I opened it up a little bit, right? And I spent a little bit of time going around the outside edges trying to make it look a little bit more realistic with some gravel leading into the grass area and kind of expanded the gravel out over here to the greenhouses. So opened it up a little bit. There's still a lot more to open up, but we are on our way there. I also turned the silage barn over there off of distributing, so it'll just hold on to the silage for us. We have plenty of TMR, and we don't really need to have it continue to distribute. We don't really want to waste all of that straw that we have right now. I did go ahead also and just turn on the distributing of the TMR because we had some TMR in there. Let's do a quick save. I'll show you what I'm talking about before we get started on the mowing. Come on, there we go. So, the mixer has 43,000 liters of TMR in it. We turned that on to distributing, so it should go into the hopper here for our water buffalo. As you can see, they have plenty of food. They've got 42,000 liters of food, but it can hold some more TMR. And that's really all we're doing with the TMR. We're not going to sell the TMR at all, right? We're not going to sell the TMR at all. So we might as well just go ahead and distribute it since it's there. And then we can make some silage now and not have to worry about it being transferred over to there, right? So we can actually just keep it as silage in here, and then we can go sell it whenever we're ready to sell it and make some more money. Now, we do have enough money right now, actually, for us to buy another plot of land. So we're probably not going to do anything with it today, but we might end up buying that plot of land before the end of the episode today. I was on the wrong one. I wanted to lift this up earlier, but we didn't get to do that, so it's fine. Yeah, so I've asked you this already, but I'm hoping you guys are all doing well and staying safe and all that good stuff. There's a lot of storms coming up right now, I think, through the Midwest, so I'm not sure if where I'm at in Ohio, if we're going to see any kind of major repercussions because of those storms or not. It kind of seems like it may not hit us in the southern Ohio region as much, but it is raining today, so who knows. Time of this recording, just so you're aware, I'm recording this on a Sunday. This video is probably going to come out on a Monday. Been a little bit behind, so haven't had as much time between recording a video and releasing a video, so this is going to be pretty close to when that happening was occurring, so hopefully you guys are all good. Right. Just wanted to touch that little portion up here. We're going to get going down here now and just kind of take care of as much of this as we possibly can here. Without being able to remove more of these trees, there's not really a ton of grass here. It's not going to take us too long to get this done. It's also not going to take us long to windrow this up and pick it up in the loading, or the forage wagon, rather. Why I always call them a loading wagon. I've never been able to explain that to you, but I always do, for whatever reason. Same kind of premise, really. So I guess it doesn't really matter, but according to the game and according to real life, they're called forage wagons. So, something new came out on Mod Hub that I'm pretty excited about. I don't think we're going to utilize it a whole lot here, at least not, well, I guess I shouldn't say that. We probably do need to utilize it here. If we want to make some progress and actually start being able to, you know, get some more fields going and really expand this series to another level. The Tree Devour mod has finally been released on Mod Hub. We finally have the access to the Tree Devour mod. Now, the thing is unrealistic big time, but what it does do is it does allow you to make more progress in your series, your different series, at a faster rate, right? Because you are able to just chew through trees and then spit them out into your trailer, as big of a trailer that you have, right? So it definitely helps from a survival standpoint. Now, certain survival series, you might say, well, I'm not going to allow that because that's way too unrealistic, and you're correct, but it's not cheap, so you wouldn't be able to get it no matter what until later on in a survival series anyway. And one could argue once you get to a certain point and you actually have money coming in every month, you've already succeeded in that survival challenge, right? You could always argue that. It's really the early on stages, in my opinion at least, from a survival challenge that matter the most, and trying to make sure you're not able to utilize that in the early stages. Once you've got to a stage like we are now, right, we're making so much money every month that we've already succeeded this series for sure. We're just continuing it on because we're enjoying it, we're having fun, and we're trying to expand it and make it look more like a realistic farm right now, which we're getting closer to, but we're not there yet, right? We're certainly not there. So, and we've got other challenges we had to complete anyway. Namely, we've got to get the log cabin built up there. We still haven't put down any kind of a bench or anything over there near the little waterfall that we got either, right? We've got other side objectives that we said we wanted to set out to do that still have yet to be accomplished. So, and probably the biggest one is getting rid of all the trees here on our starting. Well, we started with 2 plots, but getting rid of all the trees on the main plot that we've been doing all the farming on. Most of the first plot, with the exception of that one that one field that's up on the side of the hill there to the right that we just rolled in this episode. All of that stuff up there, for the most part, we really haven't touched, besides just mowing up the weeded grass, as I like to call it, right? That's really all we've done in that region, so. And that was by design, really. I told you I didn't want to really mess or do anything with the waterfall over there, and we haven't, so. Alright, I think we're pretty much done here with the mowing, at least enough that I'm gonna say we're done. We'll drive over this way. Eventually we're gonna have more tracks and areas over here that are, able for us to drive around a little bit easier. But you can see there, I mean, that we can cut off that whole corner there. That's it's gonna be really nice to have that access there. Now, the field we're going to purchase today, towards the end of the episode, is probably going to be this one right here. So that way I can work on expanding out our little track, if you will, connecting it up with this one, right, and start heading back that way towards the shop, right? That's really what we're going to be doing. And then the field over there, it does have a lot of trees on it, but it has a lot of area where it's pretty much open with just a tree sprinkled in from here to there, right? So we can touch that up and get rid of those trees quickly and be able to make some more fields on it. So the Tree Devour mod, as I was mentioning, it may come into play here in the near future, but it's not going to be utilized yet in this series. It'd probably be an episode or 2 before we consider doing that. Actually, it might even be the next episode once we start working on that new area of the field, right? We might just go ahead and say, okay, well, let's get the Tree Devour mod. We can easily get rid of those trees that way. Wood chips are, I don't think they're as good as they were in the last when I say the last episode, the last Farming Simulator game, but they still produce a lot of money for us, so we'll see, right? We'll see. All right, so all of that's done. We got to grab the loading wagon here. I'm going to get the windrower with the Vultra. We're going to windrow all the grass up, and then we'll utilize this, I keep calling it the loading wagon, the forage wagon, to pick up all the grass. And then we're going to throw it directly into our silage creation barn there. Let's jump with the Vultra here. I'll meet you back at the grass field with the windrower. All right, we're back here. I went ahead and sprayed off the windrower here in the Vultra. They were getting a little dirty, and by a little dirty, I mean they were a lot dirty. So we took care of them, so that's why they are wet. They do look a lot better. A lot better. I'm very happy that we purchased that. It was very much needed for me. Just to make the equipment look a little bit better. Also certainly helps with utilizing in-game screen grabs, right, for thumbnails and things like that when they actually look a little bit better or not just dirty beyond belief. Seem to be utilizing this windrower a lot, so I think we're utilizing the same windrower here in our investment challenge, but it is a great windrower, man. It really has a nice width to it. It gives you a good speed that you can do it at, so it doesn't take too long, right? You can knock out all the mowing that you've done pretty quickly and get it all to a nice little windrow, so then you can pick it up quickly. And just saves you overall time. And given the size of the farm here and how much bigger it's going to continue to grow to be, this is a winner. It's a big-time winner. Haven't done a whole lot of mowing here on the series for a while, man. It's probably been a handful of episodes since we've done any mowing, right? It's been a bit. We've had so much else going on here, so it's good to get back here to the mowing. We did miss a little section there of mowing. Whoops. I don't know how I missed that. It looked like it to me. I thought it was all mowed, but I missed that somehow. Oh well, that's all right. It's not going to change that much. Yeah, probably another 2 passes here, possibly 3, and we're done. Alright, that is all done, gang, so we can go ahead and put this away. And we're going to have to fertilize that field really quick, though. We're going to have to fertilize the grass field there real quick, just to make sure we get the best yield we can get out of it for the next time we mow it. So we'll go grab the fertilizer spreader really quick. It won't take too long. And then we'll jump into the Vulture. We'll move some of those pallets up to the log cabin, and then we will take a look at the animals, top them off with what we can. And yeah, we'll be good there, I think. Actually, as a matter of fact, I might want to go ahead and do a quick save here and then turn off the grass to silage quickly, just so we can actually put some of that into the sheep pen, because I'm not sure how much food they have. They've got enough, but they really could utilize some more, right? They've got plenty because they have the meadow that they haven't even started chewing away at. But the grass, they've only got 9,410. They could use a little bit more, so I think we're going to drop some of the grass off in there. Alright, fertilizing's pretty much done here. I've done this so many times, I wasn't really too concerned about, you know, putting this on camera, so I really didn't. But fertilizing's done on this field, so we're all good. Maybe a little bit of a touch-up right here in the corner. That's what I figured. And I think there's a tiny bit up here on the corner that I might have missed. I didn't have it lined up properly, so we'll hit that really quick on the way back. Right in that region somewhere. Alright, there we go. All done. So I'll go put this away in a second. Let's go ahead and jump into the Vulture here. Just going to put this here for right now. Unhook that. Let's take care of the sheep first, and then we will hook into the front loader here, and we'll bring up those pallets up to the log cabin. How many pallets of wool do we have in there right now? Alright, not that many, actually. Not that many. Okay. Well, we do only have 24 animals, right? So they're not really producing that quickly yet. But there's plenty of room for them to reproduce now, and eventually they will be producing a lot more out of that, right? So maybe, yes, no, maybe so. There we go. What? What do you mean it's empty? I thought we had grass in there. We do have grass in there. Maybe I can't dump the grass out. Well, shit. I forgot I can't do that. I wonder if I can get it out of this silo over here, because evidently the silo's sharing, like we mentioned before, even though it says no share. I can get it out of there. Let's try to get it out of there. So it's good and bad that I have this silo, honestly. Yep, I can get it out of there. Okay, that works. Back it up, back it up, back it up. I still have those pallets of wool over there as well that we need to do something with. Probably won't be today either, but soon enough we will. I didn't forget about them. Oh, good job there, Z. Okay, there's nowhere for me to dump the grass, evidently. Why is it not giving me the option to dump the grass? What's going on here? Just a tiny little window for it, evidently. Because it just popped up for a second. It's very, very tiny. Look at that. Okay, whatever. Now this should be enough. I'm not going to put any more grass in there, I don't think. Yeah, it's probably not even going to actually accept all of it. Yep. Be just short. That's fine. So guess what that means? We're going to go ahead and turn the grass silage back on here. Alright, so we have 2 pallets of furniture. I was correct on that statement. The 3rd pallet is almost done. It probably will be done in the next episode, but the 4th pallet will be a bit. It is what it is. We're just going to have to hold out and wait it out. But we're going to take this up there. We're going to go back, get the 1 prefab wall that is prepared as well, bring it up here. That way we can get going on the next stage here for the log cabin. Still have those pallets of cement over there, as you can see. Really haven't needed it since, so I'm not sure what I'll do with that. I guess I could just stick it in there, but it would be potentially a bit of a waste. Realistically, we'd probably want to just sell that pallet back if it's not needing to be utilized in here, right? Versus just keeping it in here and wasting it, potentially. Alright, furniture's in there. Let's go get that last pallet. Need to do a little bit of work here on this area around our silage barn here, if you will. This area needs to have a little bit more work done on the ground area. You know, try to make it look neat and tidily. It's not there yet. We didn't get to it today, but we will get to it soon enough. It's a big old prefab wall right there, isn't it? Now, it's 4 of these and 4 of the furniture, I think, is what is required here. So, gonna be a bit. But we are gonna leave the episode at this point. I'm gonna buy the field between now and the next episode, so I'll take care of that off camera. I don't think we really need to see me purchasing the field on camera. It's not that exciting. So I'll do that between now and the next episode, and we are underway once again here with the log cabin being built. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you did. Both of those things help me out an absolute ton. Thanks so much to my members, all 13 of you now. It's insane. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next episode.